Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about the outlook for Nifty, Bank Nifty for the next week. We will discuss two sectors that looks good to me. We will discuss about cryptocurrencies and we will also discuss about how the FII data looks like now. So let's start the video. If you see, this is a Nifty chart. Now this trend line has already broken. So price broke this trend line here. It went up to retest it and got rejected again near the trend line. So there was hardly a closing. This closing was above the trend line, but it got rejected again. So this trend line is now acting as a good resistance level. So we need to take care of that. Another thing, this downward trend line that was formed here, this is also providing some resistance, right? Now let's come to these two horizontal lines. So why are these two important? If you notice this level 15,000 and 15,050, this level has been a continuous resistance level. If I extend this towards here, you can see here also the high was 1550, here high was 1544, and here it was 14966. It didn't even go towards 15,000. So 15,000 is pretty much a big resistance. I would say 1550. So unless price goes above 1550, there is not a breakout possible. So you need to take care of this. Do not get trapped when index start moving towards upside. This is a ranged market for sure. Now for next week. Next week, I am looking at a negative market. It can come towards 14,500s or even lower. Here we have a small gap as well. So gap filling happens at 14,350s. So these two levels are important on the downside. Even if it start the week with a gap up, let's say it's open somewhere here, then also it will be sold out because this is momentum zone. Here we have a big candle and it would not sustain at those levels. So if there is a gap up, it can be sold, but your stop loss in any case should be 1550. If it breaks 1550 on daily closing basis, then the trend changes completely. So these are the levels you need to remember for Nifty. And what is the maximum downside I'm looking here? The maximum downside could be around 14,150 for now. So there is a huge range here of 14,150 and 1550, which is around 900 points. So take your bets carefully. Do not get trapped and try to pick your trades near these edges, so that you get a good risk reward. One can also try a long near 14,400. That levels also looks good for a bounce. I'm not saying a trend change, a bounce. For a quick profit, you can try a long near 14,400. Let's move to Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty chart, if you see, this is continuously in a downtrend. Now here there was a swing high. Here it has created another swing high. So what are the possibilities now? We have a lower high here. This was a high and this is a lower high. Now, if you see carefully, there is a gap pending here. And it is very much possible that Bank Nifty will come to fill that gap. Now that gap low is around 31,700s. So 31,700 is very much possible here in the coming week. Here also, if there is any gap up, that will be sold off. So don't be worried if the market is opening gap up and you have a short position. The trend change will happen only above the high of this candle, or rather I would say the high of this candle, which is approximately 34,000. So till 34,000 is not taken out, there is no trend change possible. Maximum downside for now is 30,400. Let's see the FII data. So there is very interesting thing if you see here. Last month it was a sell-off, 12,000 crores sell-off. This month we are running at a net sell-off and there is no major buying on any of the days. If you see here, there was a small buying, and then there is completely sell-off. Now let's try to figure out what happens when there are 2 or more months of selling pressure. Let's start a little far, let's say from 2018. So if you see April 2018 to October 2018 was complete sell-off. Let's try to figure that out. Let's go to monthly chart. Yeah. So if you see, this is April, and from April to October, FIIs were on sell mode. So from April to October, you can see this was a sideways market. Market went up and came down. And then in October, when there was the highest sell-off, market simply bottomed out and went higher. Okay, let's figure out the next one. Next we have sell-off from May 2019 to September 2019. So May 2019 is this, and from here to September 2019, this part. You see, here also there was a sell-off phase, and in September, when the sell-off pressure decreased, market made a bottom. Next is January 20 to April 20. I think we all know this. This is January 20 and this is April 20. Huge fall. September is just 1 month, we will ignore this. Now April. So if we see, this was April, red candle. Now here we have May. If we turn into a negative candle here with a negative data here, this can be the start of a sell-off. So you need to be careful if that happens. Okay, and take care of the levels that are provided. Those are the most important level, and if you see, those align with the monthly high low as well. So if the monthly low breaks or monthly high breaks, there would be a good momentum. Okay, now let's start with sectors. So one sector that is hot and looks good to me is metal sector. So now what to do in metal sector? We saw last week there was a sell-off. Okay, I think this sell-off will continue because this can come to test this levels, that is the last high and breakout levels. So metal sector can bottom out somewhere around 4250 to 4500. Keep the track of this index. Whenever this index reaches here, go back and check the main constituents of this index, that is JSW, Tata Steel, Jindal Steel, Hindalco. Go back and check them. Whichever you find at the lowest risk position, you can enter that. So here the move could be something like this, followed by this. Okay, so mind this one. The next one that I like is media sector. Now media sector is trying to create a base and breakout. Keep a track of 1797 or 1800 levels here. If media breaks 1800, the next target is 2500, 2900 and 3400. So main stocks in these are Z Entertainment, Dish TV, DB Corp. These companies are there, right? So you can just see the constituents of media companies and start tracking them. It might happen that before the breakout, some of the stocks will already break out because they will be the leaders. So keep a track of media sector. This is at a low risk zone. Once it start consolidating at this part, you can start playing for a big targets. And the final target that I am looking here is around 3400, which is double of this. So if the index doubles, the stock can become 3 to 4 times. So keep this in mind. Next, let's talk about cryptos. So Bitcoin is now facing a selling pressure. This is a clear selling pressure. Okay. So there is no up move unless 59,500 or rather $60,000 is taken out. On the lower side, I am looking at the levels of 38,600 and 29,250 to be coming. So whenever Bitcoin reaches these levels, you can start buying it because there would be a bounce, and from 38 to 59 is roughly 50% move. So that can be played very well. So keep this in mind, keep these levels in mind. And also when Bitcoin reaches these levels, you can also go for alternate coins like Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum. Those coins will also start making a bottom if Bitcoin reaches here. So this is not a time to start investing in Bitcoin. Keep this very clear in your mind. Let it break out or let it form a bottom on these levels, only then invest in Bitcoin. There are also concerns about energy consumption due to Bitcoin mining, so that is a very big concern with respect to environmental steps that are being taken now. Hence, I would say that you keep your allocation low in Bitcoin. If you are already invested at lower levels, hold it. You can accumulate at these levels, but do not start buying at these levels. Let it come towards 38,000, 40,000, or if it goes lower than 29,200. Only then you think about investing in Bitcoin. There are other coins which are doing well, which are less energy consuming or more energy efficient. You should look towards that. You would remember in the portfolio building video I spoke about Matic. If you have not seen that, please go back and watch that. So there I was talking about Matic. So I spoke about Matic last week, which is around 10th or 11th. So Matic was at these levels. You can see from here it has done a move. Basically, it has doubled from here $0.8 to 1.6. It has doubled in a week. So these are the kind of coins you should invest in. And again, do not rush for Matic here. Whenever a move is over in crypto, do not rush. This is a quick profit taking market, and hence you should always wait for retracement. Your entry level should be around $1.22. If it comes toward this level, then you should start buying 1.22 to 1.18. So $1.2, whenever you see $1.2, you should start buying it. Another coin that looks good to me is Cosmos or Atom. Now, if you see, it has broken out at these levels, that is around $9. Then it went up, it consolidated at these levels, and again it is trying to break out. So if it starts sustaining above 26.5, you should make an entry. Okay, so this is trying to break out from here, and if it breaks out from here, then there could be huge targets which can take it towards $40. If you see the daily chart, it formed a range here, failed breakout, then here also it came back. Here it is trying to consolidate again. If it starts sustaining above $26.5, you can start buying this. Now I am looking at the chart on TradingView because Wazirx do not provide the whole chart. So it is advisable you keep a track of USD figure, and whenever that materializes, you can then go and buy at a corresponding price in INR. So for example, Matic is now trading somewhere around 140 rupees. So if it comes down towards 1.2, which will be a 25% retracement, almost a 25% retracement. So your target should be to buy at a 25% discount from 140. Something similar to this. You do not have to calculate dot to dot price, but keep a track of USD figure, and then you can buy in the corresponding INR figure. Whatever price is there in the exchange, you can go and buy this. This is because the volumes are high in the international exchange and price tend to become equal to that. So we need to keep a track of USD figures. Also, there are many new coins that get listed in the exchange like Wazirx and Bitbns. There you will not have the complete chart. Here you can find complete chart if you go to Binance or Kraken exchange charts. Okay. And yeah, recently there has also been problem with Wazirx deposit. So I would request you all to open account with Bitbns. I have not faced any issues with them so far, and that is the company run by IITians. So they are also maintaining that very well. So you should go and open an account there. Even if you don't do heavy trading or heavy investing there, just keep it for in case that you want to buy something and Wazirx is not allowing deposit or something like that, then you can always buy it there. So it is better to have two accounts. Also, the referral link for Wazirx and for Bitbns will be in the description box. Use them. That's all for this video, guys. Be very cautious in the market now. I think that there will be a new low that will be created in the coming days or coming weeks, and then market can start flying up. So keep this in mind. Like and share the video, please. Thank you so much.